Uh, looking unto Jesus. Oh, the author and the finisher. He began it, started it in the beginning. There will be a boy called Thomas, and Thomas will be a very good and caring young boy, and so on and so forth. All the tribulations and trials that you may face, it was God Himself that placed you on that path. Just the way He placed Abraham on his path. And the thing about God is, of course, to have the to have a very interesting experience of Christ, you must go through the trials and tribulations. And the thing about beautiful thing is that before it happens, God tells you, gives you all the full details. Okay, this is what's going to happen. Something, this is, and then you become human and be like, wow, this is too much. Yeah, can you please, maybe not, but you're already on the path, so you can't make it. You're going to pass through it, but you'll be okay because you already know that when you pass through fire, when you pass through waters, when you pass through all that, God is always there for you. Who is God? God is the silence of your mind. When I mean God in this context, I mean the divine. There is God, the one and only God, the three in one God, and then there is the divine, the thing that is not there for consideration. It is not there not because it is not there. It is there, pa. The divine is very dear. How do I know? Because I am an evidence, because I am. So it is there, but it is not there for the one who perceives it. So you have to first know that you are perceiving something before you decide if the thing is there or not there. So this nature is the divine. It is not there to be perceived. Not because it is not there, but because anyone who is doing the perceiving would see nothing there. But at least there is somebody doing the perceiving. 99.9% of the time, there is nobody doing any perceiving. But once in a while, somebody will do the perceiving. Somebody perceives that there is something there. And then the person is able to walk and go boldly before this nothingness and emptiness, trusting that everything will be fine because it's a complete casting aside, throwing away of everything that you were taught or everything that has a form of help to your for your survival. It's not taking so it's not taken so seriously. It's not a serious thing. Survival is not a serious matter. It's very, very important because without the survival, there's no continuity, right? But it's not a serious matter, and that is why it is easier for somebody who chooses to follow God to follow their passion, to follow their creativity, than for somebody who chooses not to follow. Those ones they follow, lay down structures, lay down platforms, and that's okay. It's just two different ways of viewing life, right? The space contained in your presence, it's an amazing phenomenon. It is a thing that has within itself all things and is able to stack them up in layers upon layers. If you've ever been to a biology um, class where they teach about the eye, you would have been taught about the inversion of the eye. That is what we are looking at that looks straight. In the eye is actually upside down, right? The rendition is what is looking. The rendition is what is looking straight. You see, there's so many amazing things about the space contained in your presence. I mean, we've not really. Don't let us go into presence here because presence is another big big topic. Presence, the feeling of your existence. Oh my god. So let's leave that. So there's this the eye is actually is not seeing what is seen the right way. That is the forms that is there. At least, if you don't even believe that, at least understand that biology has taught you that the eye inverts the image that you see. So what you're seeing is you're supposed to be seeing it upside down. We are supposed to be seeing what we are seeing upside down, but somehow it's downside up. Uh, but of course, you're not thinking about that. You're not thinking about the amazement of that. Nobody's thinking about that. Everybody's thinking of what to do to make more money, what to do to make my partner happy, what to do to make my children obey, what to do to make the government work better for me. What, thinking. What do we eat? What do we drink? What do we wear? Where do we sleep? Thinking, going on. And we now get our joy, we derive pleasure from this thinking. So we gather ourselves together and we start talking about so many things. It's an amazing thing to dream. And I would say dream on. because the time to wake up is soon approaching. In fact, it is here. Did I just say it's approaching? Because everybody is now looking, everybody is now seeing the space. People are calling it different names. So my observing it is not a separate phenomenon. People are calling it different names. If the eye inverts the image of what we see, then it means that the person whose voice you are hearing, for example, my voice or your own voice when you talk, that person's voice is not your voice, it's not my voice, it's the voice of the horizon contracting itself. Because the image is inverted, number one. And number two, there is no me. Inside of my mind, inside of my mind, there is no person there. Okay, so yeah, inside of my mind, there is no person there. What is there? What's inside of my mind? Just the activities of the imagination, which is another topic on its own. So we have the feeling of existence as a topic on its own. We have the imagination as another topic. And then I can see that the imagination who is the one projecting the horizon, and the horizon is one projecting the horizon is the one projecting each and every one of us. We are the end products of the horizon. So when I say we, I don't mean me and you, me here, you there. I mean the whole understanding of me, the wholeness of my understanding of myself. That is we. So your we is the wholeness of your own understanding of yourself. Inside of this wholeness, there are other people involved, like your wife, or your husband, or your boyfriend, or your girlfriend, or your sister, or your brother, your dad, or your mom, or that nephew. There's so you say we, but don't forget all these things are projections of the mind. And we are now seeing that the horizon is the one projecting it. Think about it. Where will you be without the horizon? uh, Wherever you are, the horizon is. That's why it's good to go to the beach. Go to the beach. Go and enjoy yourself and observe the horizon. We is the wholeness of me. inside of me, I'm talking personally about my own wholeness. There are interdimensional beings, extraterrestrials. There are inanimate objects, souls. There's so many things.